gonna highlight them. Elementalist. Oh, no Elementalist. Warrior. Sounds like it's gonna win. Guardian. Engineer. Ranger. Necromancer. Thief? That sounded like Necromancer. Okay, well, let's let Mike, since we want to get to the game part, we'll let Mike choose the appearance.
So we are headed now into Sparkfly Fen, which is a high-level map in Guild Wars 2. This is about a level 60 map. And the backstory here, the frog people in Guild Wars 2, the Highland, are fighting for survival against the Orient Undead, who are pouring north from Ore and killing everything that stands in their path. So Wild Hunt Sylvari and the player organization, The Vigil, have gathered here and helped the Highland fight on the front lines of this battle with the Orient Undead. This map includes the Highland homeland, the capital for them, with a large temple that they're trying to defend and hold. Many of the Highland tribes in Guild Wars 2 are aggressive to the players. Some of them are friendly. In this map, almost all of them have banded together to fight back against the undead. There's an event running right now to defend the edges of their lands from undead. They have little guard posts on 3 sides of their capital island, and all of them are constantly under attack by undead. If they lose these guard posts, the undead start moving up and attacking the main gates of the city from 3 different directions. And if they lose those gates to the city, the inside of the city is lost. So you can see there's a large event going on here where the entire inside of the city has been lost to the undead. You've got the retake the Zintal Holy Ground. And the entire weather patterns have actually changed here and turned dark and clouded because the undead have taken this place over. The temple that the Highland worship has actually become corrupted. And you need to come in and win this event to save the lands for the Highland. See some undead Asurans, some undead humans roaming around there. There's some giant undead Norn littering around in the background. The Orients have made undead of all of these races and are bringing them north to try to wipe out every player and every race that stands in their path.
Mike looks like he's in a little bit of trouble there. Oh, but he leveled up. Nice timing, Mike. So Mike's now using the Lich form, which we've changed a bit since last show. So it used to be a thing that you went into automatically when you went down. Now Necromancers have down skills just like everyone else. Lich form is basically kind of an extra health bar and an extra mode that they can use to gain extra survivability when they're in it. They have some special abilities when they're in that form.
So you can see there's a lot of events going on here. This is a really big location for dynamic events in Guild Wars 2. Like I said, there are 3 different entrances to the city that are constantly under attack that players can help defend. And if they defend those, they can push out and defend the guard posts on the edge of the Highland territory here.
So one of the new skills that the Necromancer has here on show today is his elite, which is Lich form. And when he uses that, he changes into a new form. And one of the really cool things, you can see Mike using it now, his second skill will summon these little minions. And he can keep using that skill to summon quite a few of them. And then after
grubs there. Those guys actually spit poison at anyone who gets hit by it. All the undead nearby come running over and go after them. It's like a little target signal for all the undead.
Looks like we've got a few players here. There's an engineer using a flamethrower. You've got an elementalist in the area. One thing we saw a little bit earlier that's also new in the show is ranger pets. When a ranger pet becomes defeated, it'll start limping and it'll limp back to its master, and then it can be resurrected and it'll keep following, so it won't stay dead in one spot. So rangers don't have to worry about permanently losing their pets when they die anymore.
So we showed you a little bit of the Highland home area here and where their main temple is. Mike gets a chance here, we're going to jump over and we're going to check out something a little different. So that little prop that popped up there, this is something special from the demo that we brought for Gamescom. Normally the event you're about to see would be part of a large event chain in Guild Wars 2, but we've decoupled it so that you guys could all experience this as part of the demo. So this is the front lines in the southern battle between the Highland, the Vigil, and the Wild Hunt against the Orient Undead. And what you're about to see here is one of our large boss battles in Guild Wars 2. Keep an eye on the edge of the horizon here.
So in addition to the highlight, there's also a lot of clogging in the area.
There's something in the water. So this is one of the little dragons in Guild Wars 2. And this is one of our dynamic boss events. So these events scale up in difficulty, so up to 100 players can be here participating in this event simultaneously, and it'll scale up to make the battle even for any number of players from a group range up to about 100. So there's a lot of different mechanics going on here in this boss battle. You'll see these giant bloated creepers, these huge undead guys that are walking towards us. The dragon summons these, and they explode if they get near players. The dragon summons these huge bone walls, and he puts the bone walls up to defend himself against turrets that players can man, and also to trap players behind in the area where they can be hit by the breath attacks the dragon has, and to have them get hit by the bloated creepers. So you can see off in the distance there are these little tendrils coming out of the ground. The dragon summons those, and they actually grab a hold of the player and throw them back towards the dragon and towards the bloated creepers. So players need to be working together to destroy the bloated creepers before they get too close to them. Oh, Mike has got down.
Yeah, it's very dangerous up there with all the poison going on.
So this is the down state in Guild Wars 2. When you run out of life, you get one last chance to try to kill something. If you manage to kill a creature when you're in this state, you'll actually pop back up to life with some of your health and be able to keep fighting. Looks like another player is running up to save Mike right now. Any player can res in Guild Wars 2. It's very important to know. Anyone can do that so that all the players can work together and not have to wait for a dedicated resurrector to come save them.
One of the things that we want Guild Wars 2 combat to be is a type of combat where you look at the situation and you respond, and we try to give you a lot of tools to do that. And this event is a good example of that. So Mike can use his skills, he can use skills he's brought, he can try to man a turret, he can run around and resurrect other fallen players. Oh yeah, Sir Mega Laser.
So periodically in this battle, the Asura will run down and try to charge up that Mega Laser that you just saw fire. And if players are able to defend them long enough for it to charge and fire like you just saw, it actually stuns the dragon for about 20 seconds. Opens him up so he actually takes more damage, and players can run up close, unload a whole lot of damage on him, and then get back out before he wakes up again. So over here there are turrets that players can man that they can use to fire into the dragon or blow up enemies. This is a whole other layer to this battle that's going on. There are constantly undead that are pouring in trying to attack these turrets and destroy them. So you get players who need to defend the turrets, players who man the turrets, players who need to blow up the bone walls so people can keep firing the turrets at the dragon, people who are defending the Asura laser, and people who are defending the repair crews that come up and fix any of the turrets that get destroyed. What this means is there's constantly all sorts of different layers to this battle that all these players can be participating in and doing, and you naturally get this flow and group coordination that comes out of this, where everybody is moving back and forth in this battle, fighting at different points in it.
One thing to note about the different turrets, so there's a highlight turret and a Asura turret. They have completely different skills on them. One of the things we want to try to do with our skill system, again, going on that theme of variety, we want to provide a lot of variety while you're playing the game. So you'll come across all sorts of things you can use in the environment. They'll always give you a unique set of skills.
So I talked a little bit about dynamic event scaling. There are a good probably 30 or so players running around here right now with us. And this event has scaled up to match the difficulty for exactly that number of players to make this an exciting fight for that number of people. Should be with any big boss fight, whenever you kill them, there is a big chest full of rewards. And lots of players jumping around madly celebrating. Give it up for everyone who killed the dragon, how about that?
Yeah, let's give a round of applause for Mike Z, our driver.
Yeah. All right, we're going to welcome back to the stage Martin Kirstein.